every time the every time God exposes you from something that you used to do in secret, it's a way of Him delivering you out of that situation. So you see how that every time you hold on to something or you do something in secret, you eventually begin to worry about that thing. It's something that you don't want the people to know, and it's something that you probably don't have a solution to. So you holding it or doing that thing in secret gets you into worrying about it. And so God's way of delivering you, number one, is by separating you from that situation. Because I hope you know that man's life is an outward manifestation of his thoughts. So the more you consume that, that is how your life is. That is how that you might actually end up to be like that. And so by this, that situation might eventually become your identity. And so every time God is exposing that thing, is a way of Him separating you from that problem. But we often tend to see this as shame, because we don't see anything that is, we don't see any good intention in that. And so one of the things that Spirit of God was revealing to me was how that it is most important how we react when God has now exposed this, when now God has separated us from the situation. How do you react? Is it like you react as a victim, or that's the time when now you want to blame everybody and defend yourself? So I feel that what also makes shame is our reaction, which we can always control. So every time you begin to worry, every time you actually find yourself worrying so much about something, you are indirectly bonding with the sin. Because I hope you know that man lives based on his soul. That is what man lives for. So God bringing in people into that situation is a way of Him breaking that bond, so that you can easily identify yourself. Because the real man is a spirit. Why? Because we're created in God's image, and God is a spirit. And so every time you find yourself living anything outside God's image, just know you've lost your identity. Or anytime you find yourself identifying with something that is outside God's image, you just know you've lost your identity. And by God exposing that situation that you've held on to so long, to the very extent that you can't even view your life without it. Like, you get to that point where you cannot view your life outside Coke. You can't view your life outside certain things. And it's not supposed to be like that. God does not want you holding on to something that is stressing you out, or something that does not bring you peace, joy. What's the other ones? Yeah, He doesn't want you to hold on to those things. So I just want to encourage out there, you're probably feeling like God has abandoned you, or He has not abandoned you. He is actually delivering you out of something. And one thing I'd advise you is take hold of your reactions, because they might be the ones to determine whether you will come out of it quickly, or you might even get worse at the end of the day. Thank you.